Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Bagide Imo TV. I am yours faithfully, Mobi Lalawa. First are the major headlines of the world news. Woman caught with 7-day-old baby arrested, says I was taking the child for a walk. Hoodlums attack former Channels TV broadcaster in Cross River. Police now caught for stabbing 2 vigilantes to death in Bauchi. Police arrest suspected terrorist food supplier in Niger. Nigerian lady who was paraded for killing her husband tells her story. Explosions injures 3 in Kaduna community. Man arrested for throwing 80-year-old grandmother into well in Kano. And foreign story, war. Russia preparing terrorist attack using chemical weapon. Ukraine cries out. And sports story. Ghana versus Nigeria. Trek halfway as match ended 0-0. Sherwood signing tells John Dumelo. Now the news in detail. A female suspect accused of stealing a week-old baby has been apprehended. The suspect, who identified herself as Ganiat Abbas yesterday, said she was taking the baby for a walk after effort to stop the baby from crying failed. Speaking at the Osun State Police Command headquarters in Osogbo, while being paraded before journalists, the suspect, a resident of Oriolowo area in Iwo, said she had been taking care of both the mother and child before she was alleged to have stolen the baby. I live in the same house with the mother and her infant. I do take care of them since she put to bed. On Thursday, I bought cornmeal for her, but she requested for moi moi and I gave her 200 naira to go and buy one. Immediately she left, the baby started crying and I cried. I tried placating the baby, but she did not stop crying. So I decided to bag the baby and walk out to my fiance's house at Agbo area of Iwo around 8 p.m. I lost my way while going, and upon inquiring for direction from some people, I was attacked and accused of stealing the baby, she said. However, the baby's mother, Jamila Musa, who appeared to have medical problem, said the woman claimed to be her mother-in-law and brought her cornmeal for dinner. I was almost sleeping with my baby when the woman knocked on the door at Agbele's compound around Oriolo area. She told me she is one of my mother's in-laws from Shaka's compound. She said my father-in-law sent her to give me cornmeal and gave me 100 naira to buy moi moi. She also told me to bring iron pot to boil water for my shower. I went for a pot, but on getting back, I didn't find her and my baby in the house. And I started crying and shouting till my neighbors went looking for her, she said. Meanwhile, the State Commissioner of Police, Olawale Olokode, disclosed that the suspects with her fiancé were arrested early hours of yesterday by the police in collaboration with local security operatives. He added that the suspects would be arraigned in court after proper investigation. A former broadcaster journalist with Channels Television, Emmanuel Duke Ambrose Amai's political campaign experience each at a weekend in Akpabuyo local government area of Akwa Ibom State, following an attack on our team by machete-wielding hoodlums who made away with millions of naira and other personal effects. Vanguard gathered the incident occurred at the Ikot Equity NNPDP Akpabuyo chapter secretariat in the open field. Hoodlum, numbering over 20 with machetes at about 3:30 p.m., disrupted the campaign activities where Lady Emana Ambrose Amahwe came to consult PDP Akpabuyo delegates in respect of the forthcoming party primaries. An eyewitness who spoke with Gandhi said, under the condition of anonymity, the unfortunate incident occurred at the end of the consultation ceremony. It was just at the end of the program such that no sooner had a vote of thanks been done by one of the party stalwarts that the hoodlums attacked Lady Ambrose Amawe. Some of our key campaign members were also victims as the hoodlums eventually snatched away the sum of 5 million naira. Ambrose Amawe's personal iPhone scaring the crowd of party faithful at the event's venue. Checks by correspondent revealed that the identities of the hoodlums were known and allegedly affiliated with the sitting House of Reps member under the federal constituency. In a chat with Lady Emana Ambrose in Calabar shortly after the security threat in Akpabuyo, she said nobody can intimidate her in her resolve to liberate our people. I am not in any way intimidated by the incident. I remain resilient in the quest to liberate my people. Nobody must remain in that office forever and die there. They sent boys to attack me. They stabbed one of the police officers attached to me. robbed me of my high-phone money, she bemoaned. The Bauchi State Police Command has arrested a constable, Lukman Madaki, for stabbing 2 members of a vigilance group to death in Yelwa area of the state. Youth in the area who were angered by the action of the policemen were said to have staged a protest and barricaded Das Road from Elim Church Junction to the Yelwa Divisional Headquarters, leaving road users stranded. The angry protesters were seen hurling stones and other objects at the team of policemen deployed to the scene to maintain law and order, as they demanded the release of the errant policeman who was attached to the sports office of the Bauchi State Police Command. The police public relations officer, Ahmed Wakil, who confirmed the incident to City Round in a telephone interview, said the suspect had an encounter with a patrol team comprising of the Nigeria Police and members of the Vigilante and Peace Committee and stabbed 3 of the vigilantes with a jackknife in a bid to resist arrest. Wakil said 2 of the victims died from the injuries sustained. During the encounter with them, he used a jackknife and injured 3 among them. The police later watched the 3 people, namely Nazib Mohammed 19 of Yelwan Lebra, Abdul Malik Mohammed 22 of Sabon Gidan Yelwa, and Sadiq, second name yet unknown, 23, also of Sabon Gidan Yelwa, to the Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Teaching Hospital, where a medical doctor certified 2 of them dead. To another interesting story coming from the world news, the Niger State Police Command has arrested 20-year-old Umar Dauda, who supplies food to terrorists in the state. In a statement signed by the command's public relations officer, Wasiu Abiodun, the suspect was arrested after a tip-off from residents in the community. The arrest was made on 16 March 2022 at about 23 hours based on the credible intelligence that a suspected supplier of food items and drinks to bandits who was frequently being sighted at Kapako village, La Pay, he said. Abiodun stated that police operatives attached to La Pay Division and vigilance members were mobilized to the village, and after hours of monitoring and observation, the team arrested the suspect. The PRO also stated that some food items and money were recovered from him during a search. Abiodun further stated that during interrogation, the suspect confessed to be a food supplier to bandits and that the hoodlums usually visit his camp at the same village for collection of food items. Quite a lot of reactions have continued to trail the humiliating treatment meted out to a woman accused of causing the death of her husband at Aguleri in Anambra East local government area of Anambra State because of her infidelity, with the woman admitting that although a man made sexual advances to her, that could not have been responsible for the death of her husband. The woman was paraded naked by villagers who accused her of killing the husband with sex. An obscene video where Mrs. Adjoise Obiora was trapped naked and paraded in a village went viral, and this attracted both sympathy and condemnation from all and sundry. While some people believe that her infidelity led to her husband's death because it is a taboo in the area, others said her husband might have died as a result of underlying ailments. The woman said, "After I had warned the man to leave my room before my husband would come back, he pleaded with me to allow him to release just once in between my legs, which eventually lured me into doing after pestering me for a very long time, and after that he left. It was after this that my husband fell sick and was taken to various herbalists who all said the cause of his problem was from his family, while one herbalist said that he was poisoned. She however acknowledged that she made a mistake by not telling her husband about the sexual advances made by the said man, adding that her husband's kinsmen threatened to take her to the shrine to swear that she was not dating the man, which she said she agreed to do so." You are still watching the world news from BGI TV, and bringing to you is the next story that makes the world news. There was serious confusion among residents of the mining community in Rigasa, Igabi, local government area of Kaduna on Friday night following an explosion. According to an eyewitness, the incident occurred close to a POS operator shop close to Abubakar Sadiq Mosque. The eyewitness told Daily Post that an object suspected to be explosive was found close to the POS operator in the area. According to a local vigilante in the community who craved anonymity, the explosion injured the POS operator, who was later rushed to a nearby hospital. According to him, the man was rushed to the hospital for treatment because his legs and fingernails were badly affected. The case has been reported to the police. He explained that following the explosion, 2 other people sustained various degrees of injuries. He further explained that a team of anti-bomb squad arrived at the scene and detonated another explosive that was put in the ground. The police are yet to comment on the incident, as the command's public relations officer, ASP Jaligay Mohammed, did not answer calls put to his phone. To the next story, which made the world news. The police in Kano State has arrested 25-year-old Naziru Magaji for allegedly killing and throwing an 80-year-old grandmother into a well. Spokesman of the command, SP Abdullahi Aruna Kiyawa, confirmed the arrest in a statement issued to Daily Post. He said the incident happened on Friday at about 13 hours at Wangaravele, Tofa local government area, Kano State, after the suspect beat up 80-year-old Abiba Abubakar and threw her body into an old deep well. Kiyawa said that after police received the report, a team of detectives immediately went to the scene and removed the body from the well and rushed her to Tofa General Hospital, where the grandmother was examined and confirmed dead by a medical doctor. He said based on preliminary investigation, the suspect confessed that he beat up the 80-year-old grandmother and threw her body inside a well. Kiyawa said the suspect confessed to have committed the act after taking an intoxicating drug called Exor. He said the case had been transferred to the homicide section of the command's criminal investigation department, after which the suspect will be charged to court upon completion of the discrete investigation. And now to foreign story. Ukraine has reiterated Russia's plans to carry out a terrorist attack by deploying chemical weapons in the ongoing war. The defense attaché to the embassy of Ukraine in Nigeria, Colonel Andriy Wesley, disclosed that Ukraine has evidence that Russia plans to use chemical weapons in the ongoing war. Wesley disclosed these while addressing journalists in Abuja yesterday. He revealed that chemists were detected among Russian troops deployed to Ukraine. According to Wesley, another confirmation of Russia's preparation for a chemical attack against Ukraine has been found. The documents may indicate that Russia is preparing a terrorist attack against Ukraine with the use of chemical weapons. Finally, sports story. Shehu Sani, a former lawmaker, has told Ghanaian actor John Dumelo to trek halfway about 245 kilometers as Ghana drew 0 against the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the 2022 FIFA World Cup first leg playoff on Friday night. Sani disclosed these in a tweet via his Twitter handle on Saturday morning. Daily Post reported that prior to the World Cup playoff, Dumelo said he would trek barefoot from Accra in Ghana to Lagos, Nigeria, if the Super Eagles defeat the Black Stars in Kumasi. There is no way Nigeria will win today's match. If they do, I, John Seto Dumelo, will walk barefoot from Accra to Lagos tomorrow morning with my ginger on my head, Dumelo wrote on Instagram. However, Sani now wants Dumelo to trek half between Accra and Lagos since the match ended in a goalless draw. Since the Super Eagles and the Black Stars ended in a draw, the Ghanaian actor should just trek halfway between Accra and Lagos and go back after 245 kilometers he rode. Meanwhile, Nigeria will host Ghana in the reverse fixture on Tuesday in Abuja. That was the world news from BGI TV. But before we go, a quick recap of the headlines once again. Woman caught with 7-day-old baby arrested says I was taking the child for a walk. Hoodlums attack former Channels TV broadcaster in Cross River. Police now caught for stabbing 2 vigilantes to death in Bauchi. We also brought to you police arrest suspected terrorist food supplier in Niger. Nigerian lady who was paraded for killing her husband tells her story. Explosion injures 3 in Kaduna community. Man arrested for throwing 80-year-old grandmother into well in Kano. And to foreign story, war. Russia preparing terrorist attack using chemical weapon. Ukraine cries out. Ghana versus Nigeria, trek halfway as match ended 0-0. Shehu Sani tells John Dumelo. For more updates on YouTube, the handle is Baba Bagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell to access our updates and broadcasts. On Facebook, I beg your pardon. On Facebook, the handle is Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page to allow you access to our broadcast. On Instagram, Bagede Imo_22. For other placement of recruiting services, coverage of event and function both outdoors, the phone number streaming on your screen is the direct line to call strictly for advert placement only. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. Thank you for watching. Good evening. Have a wonderful weekend.
Oh, na 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 na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress. stress, oh. Just into BGI TV. BGI TV. You're one in a million.